Guys, welcome back to Hollywood Animal. Hope you're having a really good day today. I have a lot of energy today. I don't know if you can tell already, but I'm pumped. We're gonna just go at this for like the next 45-50 minutes, and I'll probably calm down by the end, but I don't know, I got a lot of sugar in me or something. I don't know. Steel Jaw's about to finish. Ooh. Okay, unsuccessful search for dirt on Lewis Murphy. I think I want to keep going with that though. I want to keep looking for dirt on him. Steel Jaw's gonna release. That's the film that we had Peter Lambert do the soundtrack for. That's gonna give us another 30 GP with the police. Fantastic. We really want to be in the good graces of the police department. And now we just had Flat Bottom also finish post-production, so we can see just how much did it get downgraded because of editing. All right, because it was like a perfect 8 film. Hopefully we stay in the 7s. I don't know. Kino mark is a C for Steel Jaw. Didn't target it very well. We're going to try to target... Flat Bottom needs to make a lot of money, and I think it's going to because I'm going to target this so good. I just know it. All right. Probably not. All right. Let's take a look at Flat Bottom really quick, see what we get. Hopefully we're still in the 7s on the popcorn. I'd really like to be. Spent less than 700,000 on it. It is going to drop into the 6s. Okay. I was really hoping that wouldn't happen. 6.9 artistic score. That's nice. And 6.8 on the popcorn. So we are releasing this with all fresh elements. So it should be really great. I also like how the images here that are generated, these are typically like somewhat procedurally generated with just a whole bunch of a collection of tons of different graphical elements, but this one being like a story that kind of came in, a character that was talking to us, they apparently have different options this way. I sort of like this one, but this one's got like a hero pose to it, and I'm gonna go with that one. I think there's more mystery in the other one, but and then let's release this on Thanksgiving. I think that's a great place to release this one. It gives us the 6 weeks. Yeah, we're good. Okay. So we're going to really target this one well. We're going to get a lot of showings. I think I might go ahead and just max out. I do want to leave a little bit here for Black Guitar, though, on that week. So 6.8. Why don't we bring this? You know what? Let's just buy more theaters. I'm just going to do it. Like, whatever. This is 84. We'll keep that. And then we'll bring this one down to, let's say, 7.7. 7. Let's just go solid 8 here. Why not? Down here, we'll bring it to, let's say, 6.6. And then over here, we can bring it down to maybe a 5.5 or so. We'll count on this happening. Now, for this one, I'm certain that the women are going to love it. And I kind of need to come down a little bit like this. Yeah. Let's bring this over a little bit more on the back side, too. So we get 100% effectiveness in week 1. I don't know whether or not this is... the effectiveness, I think it's the effectiveness of this entire period. So it's 100% right when it needs to be. Is it better to have 100% the week before it, though? I don't know about that. Like, real life, you'd want 100% effectiveness right before it so people can buy their tickets. But this is the 1930s, so I don't know. We'll go like this. Now, for the advertising, yeah, definitely going to be enjoyed by women. Apparently, girls are the least likely to enjoy it. Didn't see that coming. Okay, so Velvet Gloss for sure. And I think we're going to go with Pierre Zola. And why don't we go with Nate Sparrow Press? We'll go with these 3. Although I'm thinking maybe I can get away with a longer advertising period. Because remember, I'm limited to 200,000 for the thing with the PS or FSAA or whatever. Most widely circulated in America. I like this, though. I think we're going to go with these 3 and hope that we get like an A- or something around there. Maybe a B+. Yeah. That's going to sell a lot. All right, we're going to buy a couple more theaters here just to make sure that we have enough room to play that other one. So we're at 200 cinemas right now. I'm going to bump this up while I still have the money. Let's bump this up to 210. So it's going to give us a little bit more showings. Looks like we have 88. So that gives me 420 additional. Not quite enough of what I want. We'll go 215 instead. Okay, so with 215 cinema or theaters, once this gets redone, we can release it again. That'd be great. Charity. Okay, charity. Now, in the earliest stages of this game, charity was brokenly powerful, but the last playthrough we did, it looks like they nerfed it, and then I don't know if they've changed it since then. But charity was very good initially. It was very broken. We have 3 options to go with on our public relations, our PR department. So do we want our IP and reputation for our top 3? We can get more influence points if we score in the top 3. It's okay. It's going to take us a long time to get there. I think maybe not. When we switch to boutique and we start focusing boutique and stuff more, that starts targeting more of that artistic, starts targeting the Pollux, things like that. I think maybe this will have a bigger thing for us. Higher reputation for high loyalty. Studio's reputation grows if the staff's loyalty averages above 70. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. We can also generate IP or reputation instead of researching improvements. This one could be good for like we have a couple of departments that really don't have much to do, like legal, for example. It's going down this, but like, I mean, I could get these longer contracts are pretty good, so maybe not. Financial department. Yeah, like I don't really care so much about this stuff. If I manage my money really well, then I won't really need these anyway. So I think that the financial department, we could potentially have it generating IP for us. When this is done with professional achievement, I think positive attitude would be all right to go into. Philosophical perspective. If nominated, doesn't want to know those. Okay, so this is going to be going too. So this department is not going to be doing nothing. Obviously, ethnic composition is here, and then we can go into illegals and cheap illegals and things like that if we want to as well. But this is always more important to me, the services line. There are other departments where we could potentially generate this, I think. But I think I am going to go this way with it. This one can be done sooner. But I think this one's more valuable to me. I'm going to go down that route instead. Unsuccessful search for dirt. And again, trying to get Fred Flynn. Trying to get some dirt on that guy. Let's put Howard on him again. Dirt does not exist for Patrick Wade. There's absolutely nothing you can use to pressure this person. Okay, well, we don't have to worry about Patrick then. Okay, so Americans love generous philanthropists. To boost your studio's reputation, donate to charity. Now, again, I don't know whether this is going to have a huge impact or not. It used to have a pretty big one. And if you're not familiar with what it was, we used to have it to where if you had over a certain reputation, and I don't remember what the number was, then actors would work for you for less. And the higher that reputation was, the more motivated actors, other types of talent was willing to work with you. So you ended up getting really high-end talent for very little money, and it was really broken. They balanced that out. I'm going to donate. You know what? We could bring our reputation up to 1,000. That'd be cool, right? We could just bring our reputation to 1,000. So if I was going to do that, I'd need 350. So that's going to cost me $1.3 million. Wow. I don't know about that. That seems excessive. How about we go 75 points? We'll go a little bit, all right? We'll help that out, but because I have a lot of money. But we're going to spend that money on stuff that gets me a reputation in other ways, I think. Okay. Our biggest problem right now that I'm seeing is with Factory. Let's talk about Factory a little bit. So Factory has some really good stuff for second and third. I've been thinking about this. Second and third, pretty good. This one here, I think, is the hardest one. Successfully meeting 3 demands in a row. That would mean that I have to accept every single one in a series. So I have to accept one. If I don't want that one, I can let it go. But if I do accept one, then I must accept the next 2. Otherwise, it's going to reset. I need to do them in a row. That's a huge problem because the last time we saw what the demands were, and there's going to be another one appearing in 12 days, the last time we saw that, the deadlines were just super short. Very, very hard to meet that. I think the biggest reason why that's going to be hard to meet is because our writing speed is too slow. We got to write faster, like a lot faster. with a 1% chance, I'm not going to have you doing that. Mike Larson needs to write something. You got a comedy in here anywhere? No ideas for you? What about, here, hang on a second. Oh, $2,900. Yes, we'll just purchase it. Yeah. We might be able to do this one later too. The idea here is I want to have a lot of scripts, okay? I need to have a lot of scripts because these demands might come in and be like, hey, this is what we want. And I want to be able to look through my list of scripts that I have available, my finished scripts, and go, well, does any of these meet that criteria? And then staff them appropriately. That's going to skip the writing process entirely because it's already here. That's something that we really need to do. But I don't get to control what those things are. So I have to come up with a story workshop. The problem with the story workshop, of course, is if we want to have our people write it, it takes a long time to write, even 330 days here. Even for a really high-end freelancer, it's going to be 700 days, 660 days. These guys take forever. So I have no chance at hitting the factory thing. This is where I'm going with this. I have no chance of even hitting one of these right now, I think, unless I'm incredibly lucky and the random generation of what they demand, assuming it's random, happens to be a script I already have written. Pretty low odds of that happening. So where I'm getting at here is our research and our script department needs to shift. We need a new mentality in order to cater to what factory wants. And that mentality, it's only 12 days left. Then we can start developing story elements by category, which is great. We're going to shift and start hitting this over here. Writing speed is going to become the number one thing I care about. And I think I'm at least going to get here. All right. Because if I can take a script that would normally take, let's say, 200 days to write it, and I can make it 100 days, I am significantly more likely to be able now to release a film in 250 days, 260 days away, right? Sometimes maybe they'll give me longer deadlines on certain things. I don't exactly know how it works. But the point is, I need to be able to write faster so that I can write scripts that are specifically for that demand and actually get the film made and distributed out into theaters in time to meet that demand. I can't write fast enough right now, so we need to go about that. Okay. Whew. I got all of it out of there. See? I got to take a breath every once in a while, but whew, I got everything I wanted to say out of there. So the Statue of New Liberty. What do we want to do with that? We can bring it over here. This is 3.2. Probably from here is good. It's going to be 3.4. Okay. It's not too shabby, but we'll release it here. It's fine. We're going to go like, say, this. Let's bring it up a little bit more here. And we'll bring this one down about there. Bring this one down about there. That should be good. Okay. And then we'll get our advertising just to here. I don't know if we're going to actually run it 2 weeks. Boys and women. Okay, boys. Not there. We'll go here. And women don't like it. So I don't know if do boys actually count as young. I don't think they count as young men, do they? I'm not sure how that works. You know what? We're going to go do these two just to see how that works. I'm just going to market it to those, and we'll see how that goes. Yes, I realize they'll be stale. Okay. Risk 2 still going to sit here for a while. It's got a couple of elements that just need to cool off, and then we'll release that film too. We've already spent the money on it. We can release it kind of whenever we want. It's fine. Okay. Lawrence Bush, the director. 4.7 is pretty good, and he's very cheap. That's the key here. Incredibly cheap guy. We can really do some stuff with you. I think we'll go ahead and get you the medical insurance, and it's half, right? So that would be great if I could use it, but I can't. So back off. Look, add another $2,000. Okay. Lawrence, that's a director for years now. We'll do the same thing with Alan Shelton. It's because they're so cheap, getting them for a long period of time makes a lot of sense. All right, $20,000 for 3 years on you. And again, a 4.7 director, it's great because we're going to be hanging out in that 5 to 7 area. All right, Nebula in a Telescope. Crazy name. All right, 3.5s. Okay, that's fine. I got editors that would love to work with that. So let's put that into the cutting room. And Oliver can take that one with, let's give, I We'll give some more experience to Lee. Let's give this thing a chance to actually be bumped up in quality a little bit, shall we? We'll do that. Okay. We got Villa without an owner. That's going to happen in 12 days, but nothing is currently in pre-production. And that's on purpose because I don't know what this is going to be in 6 days. So I don't want to start something in pre-production and have a script by chance that would work. And I'm working on it, but I've casted it incorrectly, or I have the wrong director or something. I'm just going to wait 6 days. It's fine. We have plenty of stuff going on that we can afford to do that. All right, Deep Booty. That turned out quite well, didn't it? Near max. With a title like Deep Booty, I feel like it's got to be. It's going to be great. Look at that. A new level for our script department. Because I want writers to be... I need to get writing speed up. I'm actually going to pump it into him. I was thinking about starting to maybe hit these things into the department as a whole, just in case he starts charging me an arm and a leg, but no, I'm going to hold off on that. So we can start this project. There's a lot of stuff going on in here, and none of these elements are even close to being... I guess the closest one would be Tribal Chief, but it's fine. It's all good for now. So Deep Booty... Oh, all right. We want to hold off for a couple days. Let's see how that goes. So Deep Booty is going to be fine, maybe. Felix wants more money. He's asking for about double. A little over double. I'm going to give it to him. I'm going to let him stick with us. I'm making enough money where I can afford to pay him that. It's fine. All right. So Harley Osborn is now known for ancient puzzles. That's peculiar. Water goes to the archive. This one, I think we can probably put an end to distribution on that as well. So bye-bye feelings in a bottle. The big one that's going to make us money is Flat Bottom. We just got to really hope that that's going to hit hard. Develop new story elements by category is done. So now when we have writers developing story elements, we can actually tell them to look for specific things. Things like, I would like to have more themes and events, please. I would like to have better finales. If I have, like right now, my themes and events, a lot of them are saturated. My supporting characters, nearly all of them are in the 2s or 3s, almost stale area. I can now have guys specifically focus on those things to give me more variety that I can work with. So that's very powerful. Now we're going to shift to this, and I can go 40% here, right? I can. I'm going to put $400,000 extra into getting this done in 180 days. It's a big investment, but I'm going to do it. Okay. Here's the demands. The demands want me to use Ricky Gregory in both of them. Ricky Gregory is currently employed by me. This is a director that I have access to. So, what is Ricky Gregory going to be doing? A 55% detective movie? That seems much easier to hit than this other one, where we have a drama at 65% with a retired legend and an antagonist gets punished. Now, here's the deadlines, though. 350 days. This one's actually more rewarding and less punishing, but the deadline is very fast, 200 days. If I already have a script that works for this, great, we go. But if I don't, that's a problem. So, Ricky Gregory, 55% detective. Let's take a quick second here. We don't have to choose it right now. We can actually start making it right now. That'll give us an extra 15 days on our timer, I think. Because it's 200 days from the day I agreed to it, I think. So I have 15 days to get it started. So do I have a movie that's 15%? Any chance the 15%, or sorry, 55% detective? I don't have anything. I got nothing in here. I got some synopses, which don't even have that. There's a detective brand it is, but we have to write it, so that's not good. Ideas won't help me. Buy scripts. We have a detective movie here for $145,000. Let's take a look at it. So this is 100% detective. Now, does that matter? If it's over what they're asking for, does that matter? I don't know. This might be a way to experiment with it. It's a very expensive script, but it has the requirements. It's a detective movie. I don't know if the 55% is exact or if it's a minimum. So I guess that's something we can try out right now. I'm going to begin production on this. We're going to make this. So with this one, our cinematographer, I think is a director is what they had yeah, everything was about the director. So we're going to get Homer on this one. Now, if we do it on location, that's going to be slower. So we want to get people who are actually good with, come on now. Come on, game. We want to get people who are good with sound stages too. I think Fred Jensen, he's a little low on this, but I mean, our director's going to bring it down anyway. So I'm going to get, yeah, let's get Fred on this one. Okay. Sound stage will give you B1, and we're going to get you really good sound stages like this. That's good. Okay. Okay. So with this being said, we currently have a production time. It looks like we're at 112 days total. We have pre-production at 27, 85 days on filming, so 112 days total on this. Filming tech would be here. Dominus is there. Now we're down to 108 days because our technology is quite practical. We got good practicality on that. We can go ahead and give you all the stuff. That's fine. We're already spending a lot on the script, so might as well. The producer, we'll put this as... we'll let... yeah, you know what? Let's let Harry do this one. See if he can raise that up a little bit. Our director has to be Ricky Gregory. That's what people want, apparently. They want a movie made by Ricky Gregory, so that's what we're going to do here. For our soldier, let's let Billy Nash be our soldier. He could do that. Our strict parent is going to have to be somebody much older than Billy, I would have thought. That's not really going to happen. It's going to be Leslie. He's on a timer. Working man, cop, soldier, drama, comedy, romance. This is a detective movie, so none of those that matter to you. Maybe not then. Maybe we let Edgar Lamb do it. He'll bring down the rating of the film. I'm not sure that matters right now. I'm just mostly as an experiment here. Bill Ramsey, you'll take it. Our femme fatale. Let's let Natalie do this. She's really established in detective movies, so this should work really well for us. And then bandits. I would put Wendy in there. I gotta find opportunities for Wendy. We're gonna build scripts. Don't worry. And then here, I think maybe for the bandit, let's use Leslie. I mean, we have him for a timer. We got to get him in movies, even if he's not established for it. We're gonna get him in there. So he's gonna be our bandit. It's a lot of star power in this. This is gonna work. Okay, go. And then what we're going to do, because that's Ricky Gregory, it says 55%. Again, I don't know if that's at least 55% or if it has to be exactly 55%. So that's what we're going to find out here. If it doesn't work out for the demand, it doesn't work out for the demand. We're going to end up taking a penalty if it doesn't work out for the demand. That'll be very unfortunate, but I'm not going to know how it works unless I try it out. So we're going to let the time go a little bit here, give us a little bit extra time on the clock, because we only have 200 days to release this once I agree. That's not a lot of time. This is working pretty well. Let's go ahead and add more to this. We're going to say it was 15% back there. So we're going to go about like this then. Let's go about, yeah, like this. This will be fine. And down to about like that. And down to about like that, let's say. And then Steeljaw, why don't we... We'll increase this just a little bit, because I think we can get more butts in the seat by doing that. All right, let's do that. A villa without an owner. That is done shooting right now, and it went down to a 5.2 on artistic, but stayed the same with our popcorn score. Okay, good. I'm not sure I really need a rap party. Nope. So don't worry about the rap party. And let's put... we could try to save it. It's basically pinned at 6 at the moment, so let's try to save it. We'll say you two are going to be on this one. Studio, concert hall, studio, go. Okay. Results for dirt. Failed. Ugh. Lewis Murphy spotted me. No longer be able to target. Now his loyalty. He's going to refuse to work with me now. He's going to just quit now. Is he going to quit now? Not hired. He just completely dropped. Wow. Okay, let's continue searching for dirt. We're going to find something on this guy. But my composer left. I thought he was going to leave me anyway. So, you know, I don't think I actually lost anything I wasn't going to lose in the first place. All right. So Wayne Porter, professionalism 5. You're not expensive. I love how inexpensive you are. I'm going to take you for many years. All right. So we currently have, is this the Love Carousel? That's what we're working on, right? That's the detective movie, the Love Carousel. Oh, what a strange movie. I'm going to leave it. I don't know what I want to call it instead, but it's 109 days total. But right now for pre-production, we have 15 days left and production's supposed to take 82 days. I can always put an extra team on this to speed that up even further. So I think we're going to be fine here on the timer. So we're going to go in. Okay. First, we're going to release the black guitar and see the ratings on that. And then we're going to hit this button. Ricky Gregory, accept demand. Again, I don't know if this is going to work. So we may end up with lower influence after this, but let's see. Or lower reputation after this, but we'll see. We found results for The Dirt. Skips out on bills and restaurants, Fred Flynn. Is that so? Okay, we'll save that for later. If I ever need an editor later, I know who to get. We'll take it away from Gernstein. Okay, so a lot of 2 stars. Black Guitar didn't really get targeted very well, I guess. There's a lot of reviews there that didn't really like it. What I'm most interested in, for myself personally, what I'm most interested in is how well is our flat bottom targeted, and I won't know in another 27 days. All right, so it says genre detective 55%. Again, I feel like that's got to be exact, but I'm hoping that's a minimum. So we'll see how it goes. Story elements. Let's go ahead and repeat that for you. Actually, if I didn't repeat that for you, then I could have targeted it a little bit better, right? Like Felix here, we could have you target supporting characters, I think. Let's have you target supporting characters. 89 days to try to find that for me, please. A thrilling chase. Thank you, Bernard. In the city, desert or jungle, on land, on water, or in air, by transport or on foot, it matters not where or why. The main object is suspense and excitement. That's another theme and event. In our script. That'll work. Okay. All right. Now, like part of me wants to look it up, but also I don't. Like, I want to experiment with it and the thing is, the movie will make me money anyway. I just don't know. It won't offset the amount of reputation I lose, but I just donated to charity, so I guess we're fine. Why don't we I'm going to add a few more cinemas now just because I can. Just because I got more movies coming in the pipeline here and I want to be able to release them. In the meantime, though, we can release other things, too. We can get working on other things. So how about The Tailor? The Tailor has some elements that are not stale yet. At least this one isn't. Protagonist is a detective, even though it's not a detective movie. But we'll try this one. And we'll get, let's say, Mr. Carl Stanley some experience on this one. We'll give you... let's give you the big one. Big sound stages. You love sound stages. Let's give you some big sound stages. Good technology. Let's go ahead and do that. And our producer for this film will be Mr. Joe Sullivan. Yeah, I think so. Our director, I can have you be discipline. Let's get Anthony Campbell some more work here. We'll have myself on detective, or do I want to play with somebody else here? These guys are on timers, and I'm developing them, and I have them for a lot of days. So let's make them better. Let's get a diligent detective here. That's good. An evil monster. We can go with Edgar Lamb on that too. Oh, these guys are capped though. Yeah, we're not developing them because they're capped. Okay. Steve Austin. Go be stone cold as an evil monster. And we'll get Mr. Calhoun, I guess, to play the detective role. At least he can get better at the job and maybe boost the film a little bit. All right, go. And then we can start, I think, Glitter in the Eyes. We can start that one too. It's going to be stale when it comes out, and that's going to have to be fine. So we'll grab Homer. You can go ahead and do this one in the soundstage B3. Actually, because this movie has such a low rating, I think I'm going to give you stage A1. Or maybe I'll be demolishing 1. I'll probably demolish 2 before I demolish 1. So let's, well, we'll just put a pin in that. Let's do like this. It's a pretty low rating film right now. We're going to give you, you know, lower end talent anyway for this. We're going to be lower budget here. I'm just going to go medium props at least. Producer Scott Duncan with a director Patrick Carter. Let's get the Outcast to be played by these guys are all expired contracts. Wow. Peter Morgan. You're probably going to end up delaying the film, but we're going to have you do it. Our tribal chief can be Edgar. We'll have you get you to work too. All right. We want to lower costs on that. So, and then Deep Booty, we weren't ready to do it yet, but I think I actually am now. So Everett Daniel will take this one, and we'll make sure that B3 is reserved for the big film. So that's what we're doing here. Lots and lots of locations to shoot in here, so it's going to end up being a much longer production time. Good filming technology, give you all the fixins. Here we go. Our producer, I actually don't have the ones I want available. Let's see who is available to hire here. 8.2. You know what? We can just put a pin in it. Well, until we have a good producer available, we'll just put a pin in that. Okay. Love Carousel. This is the film we need to make. Okay. Again, I don't know if it's 55. A lot of you guys are probably cringing just because you know the answer already, and that's fine. This is how you discover the answer in a normal, sophisticated way that's not at all related to, you know, looking it up online. I'm going to shave some days having a second unit here. That seems pretty good. So we'll go ahead and do that. I could, of course, get the bonus by going like this. This will give everybody a happiness bonus, but this invites problems. And I don't necessarily know if I need the days to work this fast. Whoa. When did this happen? Sudden illness. Wayne Porter died. A sudden illness. That sucks. In memory, we're going to reduce this to 512, but now we're ahead of schedule. So I shaved about, I don't know, a week off of that by doing that for a little bit. That's nice. Okay, I think Steeljaw can probably go a little bit longer. It's not going to need, we're not going to give it much, but it can go a little longer. Let's say 500 showings. We'll go 500 the first week, 300 the next, and we'll just stay 300 for all the remaining weeks just to see what it does. Okay, and we'll just keep it in theaters just a little bit longer. Here we go. All right, almost ready for flat bottom, guys. He's on his guard now, isn't he? I really want to. I gotta get this guy. I gotta do it. Let me get searching for illegal tendencies. I want to find this with another one of Gernstein's guys. Let's find it in Dewey Sanders. That seems like a good producer that he's got. See if he's got any illegal tendencies. Go figure that out if possible. Also, it looks to me like our security office could use a little bit of repair pretty soon. It's not in great shape. So I don't know. We might have to shut down operations for a little while here and repair it. Okay, everything seems fine. Oliver's up to 3.5 now. Nebula and a telescope. Isn't this going to be stale? Yeah, what's the timer on that? July 20th. Okay, you know what? I'm going to slide you over here, and we'll take a look at releasing you later. How's that sound? All right, Roger Fox is getting established for the Struggle for Better Life. Roger Fox, of course, is our guy that made Flat Bottom, right? He's our director, so he is established for that. He's also going to get established for fighting the American hypocrisy. Basically, if we're making any hard-fought, feel-good story that's against America's hypocrisy, then it's going to be Roger Fox making it. Okay. Edward Peterson is also going to get established for drama for his role as our antagonist for the movie, so that's great. Okay. Black Guitar can definitely be in theaters longer. There's not a lot of showings available, though. I'm gonna have to buy some theater space here, or just let it be. And I think I'm probably just gonna let it be. We'll just have it be 540 here, 933. It was 23% of... I think this is actually pretty close to the amount of showings we needed for that, actually. Why don't we just... Yeah, we can just leave this alone. Leave this alone. Put this at like 500. Leave this at 200 is fine. All right, Flat Bottom has all the showings they needed. So we're going to release it and see what happens. Coleman Graves is, I guess, probably writing to us. I'll be honest. I spent my childhood reading books and always looked at movies with a bit of disdain. But when your words are transformed into something that real people act out on the big screen, well, I still need to take it all in. I guess I'm not a great writer yet because I can't express how grateful I am to you. If you want me to review any of your scripts, just let me know. And believe me, if I ever achieve anything resembling success, I won't forget what you did for me. No problem, kid. Hope you have a great future. Cool. So we're going to be able to make more movies now with the ambitious woman story element. It's a talented woman endeavors with all her might to carve her way to success in a conservative and patriarchal world. Social rejection. The people around the protagonist condemn his or her lifestyle or beliefs. From small town to big time, the protagonist leaves home on the world's outskirts and sets off to conquer the metropolis. Fast, noisy, and merciless, and yet so alluring. Patriarchal figure. A powerful man who fetters the will and stymies the aspirations of women. Protagonist's dreams crushed. Reality turns out to be cruel and intolerable. Unfortunately. The protagonist's dreams were never destined to come true, but did their desperate attempts perhaps pave the way for future dreamers? All right, well, what's my Kino mark? We got a B. Okay. 3 stars, 5 stars on the Bone Grinder. Friday Partner. Hey, I got another Southern Night gave it 5 stars too, so that's not bad. Fun Times, Walter Wilson, they gave it 3 stars. I'm curious if maybe Vale. I'm trying to figure out where these writers come from so I know which ones I targeted, but it doesn't really tell me that information. Okay. So lots and lots of experience earned there. Gertrude is, of course, maxed out. So is Edward now. But a lot of people gain some experience. Roger is going to be able to go to 10. So that's crazy. And then Coleman Graves is a 7.0 writer. Okay. Are you joining my team? Because that would be sweet. If you are. That'd be awesome. Let me see. Did you join my writing team? You did not, but are you available? Can I hire you? I'm not seeing any dark skin on these pictures. Should be 7.0. I'm not seeing that. All 7.0, 7.0. No, I don't see. I have 4 people I control. I'm not seeing any additional writers. Like, I can't hire Coleman Graves again. Unfortunately, I'm not sure how to take advantage of that. You have basically no chance to make anything, though. So why don't we have you writing, I don't know, write this adventure movie. Just write something. I don't care what you're writing. Just write something. All right. Protesters gathered at the gates of the White House at the release of the film Bloody Sunday, a sequel to the controversial hit Bloody Saturday. They demanded censorship at the theaters. The protest ended in clashes with the police. Bloody Saturday is a Western about 2 murderous deviants who kidnap and torture women in the American frontier and always get away unpunished. The chairman of Society of Morals and Ethics, Jane Gringley, also criticized the government. As she told City Lights, this film clearly has the backing of someone in the establishment. It's their way of teaching Americans to think we can be killed, robbed, and raped, and no one will ever do anything about it. But rest assured, we will ensure that films like that are never shown in theaters again. All right, so Everett was unsuccessful in his training. That's great. It's like, it just costs me all of this and it doesn't work. That sucks. Both of you unsuccessful. I hate that it can be unsuccessful. All that cost. Ugh. 600 influence for failure. Feels bad, man. All right, glitter in the eyes got a little bit of a promotion there. We'll go ahead and start production on that too. And we'll put Everett on that because he's not training anymore, I guess. Oh, new protests sparked by the film Bloody Sunday have broken out in Montgomery, Alabama. Dozens gathered to burn down a downtown movie theater and then started smashing the windows of nearby stores. As police fought their way through the smoke-filled streets, respected Montgomery native Joe Green stepped in. A social activist known for his stance against the immorality and violence that Hollywood is breeding, Green was able to end the riots in under a minute. If we burn this movie theater, they'll build 10 more in its place. Believe me, brothers and sisters, that is not the answer. They have felt our wrath. Now let them hear our words. Decisive but thoughtful. Harsh but clear. USA Post reporter Lars Kripke, who was covering the riots, wrote that Green had the crowd practically hypnotized. Until that moment, it seemed like the riots would keep escalating until the whole of America burned. But Joe Green's speech offered hope for reconciliation. If anyone can mediate the divide between society and Hollywood, it is this man. There's a new player has entered the arena. Yeah. Gonna have Joe Green to deal with now. He's a good guy, right? He's all right. He's preaching for peace here. Flat Bottom made $1.9 million its first week. We had 100% attendance on 8,400. That's pretty sick. That's pretty sick. Maybe I should not be so restrictive on my popcorn ratios on most of these other films. If we have a decent targeting for our ads, we can have substantially more showings or substantially more people coming to the cinemas there. Maybe with our $10 million that we have, I could even afford to buy some more. Let's buy 10 more theaters here. Let's get even more under our wing. Now, if you want to compare that, how many we have, that's 230. How many do our competitors have? They have 203 combined. So I have more theaters than all my competition combined right now, okay? I've invested heavily in this. In fact, I have twice as many theaters. Nope, not twice, but almost. I'm going on twice as many theaters as Gernstein does. And two of my competitors don't have any theaters, so they have to rent. So if I'm occupying all the screen space in my own cinemas right now with these movies, there's not a lot of screens for them to rent right now. So, yeah, you know what? Why don't we just bump that up a little bit more? All right. I got to hold off on that, though, because the bill for maintaining all these every month is growing rapidly. I'm already spending $141,000 a month on these things. But because people can rent them from me, there's a chance that they kind of passively cover their costs, right? Just a little bit more. So it isn't too bad. You guys really got to stop failing, right? I get it that it's low odds, but come on now. 20% on everybody? There's 8 of yous. Statistically, I should have at least hit. Maybe twice, right? Congress has ratified the 21st Amendment to the United States Constitution, repealing Prohibition. All federal restrictions on the sale and consumption of alcohol today has been lifted. Oh, I bet the bootleggers are really excited about that one. Yeah. You're not criminals anymore, but that also means you don't have, you don't really have a business anymore, do you? Not nearly as good as you did before, anyway. During a meeting with reporters, Speaker of the House of Representatives Marcus Risley raised the possibility of introducing censorship in Hollywood. No decision has been made as yet. We can't simply repeal the First Amendment for one specific industry. Various options are currently being discussed. And Luther Bradley would like to talk to me about his contract. No thanks, I'm out. You're good. Same thing with you, Boone. Goodbye. Anton, you were okay, but goodbye. I got enough talent right now. I gotta have movies about women, honestly. Let's make another script. I need to get Wendy in here, don't I? I need a new Wendy movie. This is gonna be Bad Blonde. I don't know. I have no idea. It's fine. It's gonna be fine, guys. All right. I get whatever you're thinking. Get it out of your head right now. We're gonna go drama, and we could go thriller. So I'm thinking in this case, like we got a female serial killer, but I don't think we can do that with the options available. I think most of our like murderers and stuff, they're always like they're locked as men, but we're gonna see if we can make that happen. So this is gonna be let's say 55-45. We'll do this in a modern American town, and we are going to see what our antagonist can be. So evil, it could be an evil witch. It could be an evil witch. Serial killer can be a woman. Okay, happy to see that. And then our protagonist needs to be let's have it be, we could use retired legend. We could use a retired legend here. I think I'd rather it be a cop though. It just works better with this, I think. Supporting characters, we got to watch this. We got to be very careful with this one. I'm thinking angry boss is fine to use here. Femme fatale would be okay to use here. Themes and events. This is going to be a crime of necessity. Maybe she just had to kill. She has to. We don't know why. She moved from the small town to the big time. That doesn't really work with the modern American town setting, though. It would work if you were able to have two settings. We can't do that. I kind of like crime of necessity. It's like, why would a serial killer, why would that work? Like, why would that be a crime of necessity? You know? There's got to be something going on with the theme. Why does she have to kill? What does the description say? Someone commits a crime out of desperation. Yeah, maybe she's desperate she's been wronged by men with acne. She's just been wronged. So wronged by men with acne, and now she's going around killing every guy with acne. Yeah. So wash your faces, guys. Or you're next. I don't know, it could be something like that. We could have the heroes in uniform thing too, risking themselves to save others. That makes a lot of sense here too. Maybe she was raped and that's why she's going on the killing spree, you know? Protagonist pulled back in doesn't really fit with this right now. Search for a killer does fit this. And we could use social rejection for this, honestly, but we don't have enough to get a finale here. So I'm going to remove Femme Fatale from this so that we can have a finale. And we can't have the antagonist getting punished because it's super stale. And this one even is curtailed too. I don't know about repenting. Repenting, I don't know about that, but maybe that could work. Sincerely regrets what they've done. Heroically dies at the end. Protagonist dreams is crushed. I'd like to use one of these, but this is the only one that's not going to get me in trouble later with fresh elements. So I'm going to say she repents. Now, I'm not sure how she repents. Maybe she takes her own life. Maybe she's just sorry. I don't know what that is. Probably an underwhelming ending. This is one of those movies that's like, oh, it was really great except for the ending. That's what this is going to be. So we'll select a screenwriter for this one. And we have a thriller drama. Ooh, none of these guys are really all that good at it. Jerry's okay at it. You know what? I think we'll have Jerry write this in 662 days. Holy moly. That's just unacceptable as a timeline. Sherman, you're done in 3 days. I'm going to have you write this. It's a 3.0, so it's not going to be a great writer. The thing is, though, it's going to be a Wendy movie. It's not going to be high rated anyway. We're going to get Wendy into this role, and then we're going to put a whole bunch of talent in there that's going to boost the movie anyway. So Sherman's going to write this because freelancers suck. That's why. All right. Add that to the archive. When he's ready to go, we'll do it. Cinemas for Rent is now done. So I believe as of this moment, we can rent out cinemas. So all the theaters I just bought, all those extra showings I have, they're going to hopefully start paying for themselves even more now. We'll see how that goes. In the meantime, distribution department, we could do printing office, might help. I like the idea of getting audience analytics. When planning its advertising campaign, you can gather more detailed information about a film's target audience. I like that. Post-release analytics. After a film is released, analytics and statistics will report information about the audience that came to the theaters. That takes 3 times as long to research. We could also go into doing things like hospice visits and dirty tricks, right? Actually, we probably should do dirty tricks for a bit so we can use these as tools later. So why don't we do those first, and then we'll look at the analytic stuff later. And it's the bootlegger. Yeah, I figured he wasn't going to like what happened there. The idiots in government never stop screwing over honest businessmen. I had just laid my last competitor to rest when these poppin' jays start letting everyone sell booze again. If the courts in this country worked fairly, and not just according to the law, what? Then I'd be due considerable compensation. Moral compensation. I do love it when things are moral. Yeah, so like, obviously he was making his living, you know, selling booze illegally, speakeasies, things like that. And now that it's legal, he's got a whole bunch more competition now, doesn't he? Yeah. So he's been messing around with business registration. Says the lads and me is almost fell to knives when it came to the official name. We settled on the Doyle Family Company. You think it sounds respectable? Yeah, it's a great name. Strong family values. There you go. I knew you'd like it. A blind man could see it. You're a man of morals and principles. Indeed I am. All right. Statue of No Liberty is ready to go. Ah, we have a wayward soul now. Very good. Despite seemingly good intentions, this person has lost their way in life and started down a dark path. Sherman, you are going to write Bad Blonde. You're going to write this in 333. Gosh, that's so... It takes so long to write things. Why? Why does it take 330 days to write a script? It doesn't take that long to write a script, okay? It just doesn't. I've worked in this industry. I know this. It doesn't take that long to write a script. But, you know, they got to balance the game somewhere, and I guess that's how they've decided to do it. That one's already going to proc, so that's why it's not working right now. Let's hit the tailor really quick. I'm going to clear these things off because we're near the end of this video now. I'm probably a little long. 5.5, 6.0 on the tailor. It's pretty good. We'll go ahead and start production on that. And I want to get some security officers in place there for you. Elmer's going to join your fun. This is a pretty high movie. We'll go medium on the catering for that. Okay. And then we should see the Statue of No Liberty should pop in here right now. It showed nothing, which is really weird. I'm not sure what I'm seeing here. Oh, hang on. Okay. I just clicked it too soon. Okay. Statue of New Liberty. So didn't really target it very well, but it's fine. A lot of people that we didn't renew contracts for are in this, and we only spent $466,000 on it with stale elements coming out, so it doesn't have to make a lot of money to be worth it. This one's going to end its distribution. Onwards. Steel Jaw is done. Man, I would actually like to renew yours, but I have enough producers already, so for now I'm out. You're an alcoholic too. That's partially my fault. Between me and the devil only. Spent $600,000 on this so far. It's a little expensive, but we have some okay people involved in that one, I guess. I don't think the rap party's necessary. Everybody's happy. Like, I keep all my people are super happy all the time, so I have really good working conditions, all right? So this is basically pinned at a 6. If I don't want to lose it, I probably should put good people on it. This needs to be raised up a little bit, though, so maybe we balance it out. We'll give Emma some more experience with Lee Woods. Notice I don't have the other composer anymore because I was spying on him and he left. He discovered me spying on him. Yeah, I was going to lose him anyway. I would like to take a look at the list of composers that are available just to see. Nope, not this one. Like this. Okay, all very expensive. And, you know, like this person is not that much worse than Lewis. He'll probably level up and he's, you know, 30% off. Then you have Oliver, which is a much better deal, but he's capped. So I don't really know. I feel like I need to find that dirt on him so I can get him to work for me again. You know? Maybe if I can see that he likes cocaine or something, I can get him to work with me if I give him cocaine. You know, something like that. Oliver is objectively a pretty good deal if he wasn't capped. Because he's cheaper than everybody. He's cheaper than people who are even lower than him on the scale here. Composers just generally want more money. Maybe we can get Anthony to work for us. He's a pretty good balance. We could get him up there for a little while. Another composer. We'll look at it. If we need another composer at any point, we'll look at it. But okay, that's going to do it for me. We have some stuff that we really want to focus on, right? This movie, 150 days left to release this. That's the Love Carousel. So we got to keep an eye on that. We only have 33 days left of filming. There's going to be another 26 or so days in post-production. And then we have 6 weeks of printing. We can shorten that if necessary. We'll have to do the math on that, but I think we'll be fine. We can maybe print it for 4 weeks or something and get it into theaters and release it in time. And hopefully this hits. If it doesn't hit, whatever, the movie will still make money. That's important too. And then we'll focus on recovering the reputation that's going to happen when we get dinged for that. That's just the way it is. Okay, take it easy. Love your faces. Thanks for watching. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.